Hello and welcome to Warframe. My name's Todd, also known as Mage, and this is of course Warframe. Happy season's greetings to everyone, and as you can see, it's definitely still the winter season. Of course, we're coming up to Christmas here very soon. I think Christmas falls either next week or sometime just a bit after that. Not many updates have happened since the previous part, I don't believe. They did announce Mesa Prime. I don't know if they Mesa Prime, that is. I don't know if I talked about that in the previous parts, but yes, that has definitely been announced. She looks amazing. There's also, for the Christmas season, the Greetings and Growfit contest that they've got going on, plus Tenno Bomb, which I love the idea of, and I'll explain here in just a second. They've got some wonderful art there that I just wanted to mention real quick that's very stylized, like the Grinch Stole Christmas or a Dr. Seuss book, and I love it. So Tenno Bomb is a wonderful event that the Warframe devs are doing, Digital Extremes, of course, wherein they want players to gift other players items. So the more gifts that are given throughout the season, the more rewards the players get, and of course the more that Digital Extremes will donate to charity. So they've set up a goal, and the goal is currently on its way to being met, and I swear it's almost like 3 parts of the way done, I think, already, and it just started, so that's really impressive. But yeah, effectively, if you give gifts to other players, which I will show you how to do here in just a moment, you can potentially get some cool rewards that they've given out. So they have given out, even without doing anything, a couple of rewards from the Tenno Bomb event. And you can see and read the little message that they send you. So you get the Cookie Excalibur glyph, you get the Cookie Nefanyo glyph, because Nefanyo is the villain here of Tenno Bomb. He's stolen all the presents. And you also get the Corinth Solstice skin. So that's very cool to get. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to put on one of those glyphs, because I think they're adorable. We're going to put on the Cookie Excalibur glyph, just because we can. I think it's cute. And, of course, to give a gift to another player, you do have to have platinum. So currently we only have 6. We wouldn't really be able to give anyone anything of value, but if you select an item, let's go with just one of these glyph packs, for instance. So if you had 65 platinum, you could gift another player by selecting this button here. And it would bring up a screen that would effectively allow you to type in the player's name, or select a player from your friends list or clan to give that gift to. And yeah, that's how you give a gift. It's not super difficult. Do note that I don't think gifts are refundable. I'm not positive on that, though. So just, if you give a gift, don't expect to get it back. But, you know, if you're giving a gift to begin with, I'm pretty sure it's expected. I did want to show off a couple good ideas for gifts for even new or veteran players. So, of course, for newer players, the best gift you could probably give somebody would be slots. You can find slots here. You can give new players or veteran players Warframe slots, weapon slots, both of which are extremely useful for new or veteran players. You can also give players another thing. Where is it? Color palettes. There we go. So these are the color palettes that you can use to decorate your Warframe and perform a little bit of fashion frame. So those are great gifts, but those are rather expensive, coming at 75 platinum. You can also give the gift of Forma. This is one gift that I would highly recommend to anyone out there. If you're looking to give a gift, Forma is useful to even the most veteran of players, because veteran players tend to go through those like candy. Yeah, so those are some great gift ideas for other players, and hopefully the Digital Extremes developers hit their goal by players giving gifts. So even if you don't have a lot to give, don't be afraid to give if you want to. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Oh yes, so we're coming up and we're leveling up some of our weapons. I did want to think about whether or not we wanted to create some new weapons. We'll be going for the Orthos and the Vasto next for our main weapons. We will be creating the Dread as soon as we're able to with our mastery rank, but we just don't have the mastery for it at this moment. We do also, of course, have to create our Chroma Mark for the quest that we're on, the New Strange, so we'll be doing that. I did farm up just a little bit of salvage to be able to create that. All I did was I went into Mars on Helios, however you pronounce that, and I just ran through there. One run gave me about 900 salvage, so that was very simple to get that salvage. Since we were crafting that, though, we can go ahead and start crafting our weapons, which will craft the Vasto, and we'll craft our Orthos. So the major reason why we're crafting the Orthos, even though we have our Galantine is great. Of course, you do want to just, throughout Warframe, continue to create weapons, because the more weapons you have, the more mastery rank you'll get. And you do want a higher mastery rank for all the reasons I've stated in the past, such as higher mod capacity, more reputation gain. I'm sure there's a lot of other things that I could talk about. Just, it does unlock weapons and other things that you can use over time, so you definitely want to get at least, I think the very minimum that you want to get is like mastery rank 17. So yeah, when it comes to melee weapons though, we currently only have one-handed swords in our Skana heat sword, and a two-handed sword or heavy blade in our Galantine. The Orthos Prime, or the Orthos, that is, not the Orthos Prime. The Orthos serves as a pole arm, which is entirely different than all the weapons that we currently have. If I can find it here, it's very similar to a staff, but it is not. It's similar to a Guandao. Where is, there it is. Okay, so the Orthos is a pole arm, and the major benefit of both heavy blades like the Galantine and the pole arms is that they have very good reach, so they can hit things very far away from you, even though they're melee attacks. In particular, I like the Orthos and the Galantine for two different reasons. The Galantine is fantastic for melee combos. There are some stances, which I talked about in the past. They're a mod slot that fits into the upper part, similar to the Aura mods for Warframes. The stances for heavy blades are fantastic, so things like the Galantine and I think where was it? The Sindo, both have fantastic stances. The Orthos, while its stances may not be fantastic, it does have the capability to be a very good quick melee. So when you're using a different weapon, for instance, a shotgun or just a pistol or whatever you're using, if you do hit your melee button, you will do what they refer to as a quick melee, which does not really do much combo-wise. So it doesn't go into your stances combo. You have to actually pull out your melee weapon specifically to use your stances combo, which I would love to show off, and I will show off in the future. But effectively, the quick melee for pole arms is fantastic. That's why we pretty much would like to have one. Alright, so let's claim our Chroma Mark.
Let us
I'm done
begin
talking about
the
stuff.
final hunt. Defeating Chroma will allow us to synthesize it. Only then we will learn the secrets of its controller.
Operator, this sounds dangerous.
SimarisxOrdis, please. You must learn to collaborate with me if you are to be my eternal steward of the sanctuary.
I would be steward of your sanctuary?
Ours. And with a full retrofit. Total mimetic restoration.
Abandon the operator?
Yes, the operator deserves a newer, better ship, Cephalon. I think this is probably for the best.
Then it is decided. I will prepare your data transfer when your operator has completed this hunt. Tenno, I've marked the location.
I'm not the biggest fan of having another ship Cephalon. Even though Ordis is annoying as he is sometimes, I do quite like him. He's loyal. It's quite nice to have. Loyalty is not something that you can buy so easily. But we'll move forward and defeat Chroma. So moving forward, of course, we'll be unlocking the rest of the planets that we need to move forward after this, and also immediately we'll be doing the Limbo Theorem, or at least what parts of it we're able to. I remember it being kind of convoluted, though we'll see.
Activate the machine and then prepare yourself. Chroma will be lured.
So, of course, Lotus is telling us to prepare ourselves. Chroma is a Warframe, so he's not as easy as any other enemies we've fought until now. That gate just took my iron skin. Stupid door. Alright. I wasn't completely aware that they did that, but that's rather annoying that they did. Ah, yes, so this is the defense mission, preluded by, of course, enemies, which then will fight Chroma afterwards. Should be noted there's Cephalon Simarisx's little sentinels around, but I'm not sure why exactly. Might of course notice that we are still using our heck. We'll be using that for some time, at least until we're able to use our dread. The heck is fantastic up close. The dread will be better at progressing through the story once we're able to get it though, just because it's able to kind of deal with long range encounters pretty good. The dread is just a fantastic weapon when it comes to bows in general. Make sure that these guys don't really destroy our pod there. Just kind of tanking hits. Avoiding those sapping ospreys too if we're able to. So sapping ospreys, I'm pretty sure I've explained them before, but
Now
man, they hit hard.
wait and learn from the results.
But the operator is in danger.
Knowledge, SimarisxOrdis. My knowledge will preserve you forever. This operator will pass, as do all beings of substance. It is our purpose to learn from the results.
But just using the scanner on...
Enough. You want to be eternal steward of the sanctuary, do you not?
Respect the idea that machines will last forever, but time has proven otherwise. Machines don't last near as long as you expect. So, I guess that's my kind of counterpoints to Simarisx here. Lasting forever isn't really what computers do. Anyone who's ever had to build their own or build one knows that for a fact. It's a nice ideal, though. I don't know if we're going to actually be able to succeed here. We're taking a lot of damage to our core, and starting to think maybe we should run around a little bit and gather up some resources, some energy and whatnot, without killing that sapping osprey, just to let our defenses regenerate and whatnot. This is, of course, just padding for time here, so we can let our defense objective heal, and so we can gather up some energy, hopefully. We've gone through a lot of energy already. This mission, I do know it is quite difficult by yourself, so if you have troubles with it, don't be surprised. That's kind of to be expected. It's not really meant to be easy, so that is kind of what it is. Let's destroy those. Taxon, I think, will eventually kill the sapping osprey, but hopefully we'll be able to regenerate enough health on our arcane machine here, so that won't matter. I'm just going to keep shooting those. And you can shoot them as they're spawning like that. Even though the damage numbers don't show up, they still do get destroyed. There we go. Alright, so would be better to have a little bit more health, I think, but I don't want to waste you guys' time. Stand forever here. Letting Taxon do that little bit of work that he did was good enough. I think the MOAs are the things doing the most damage to our machine, so I'm going to focus on those, at least to the best of my ability. I might also decide to not use Iron Skin right away and instead save up for perhaps the ground, a quake, earthquake, or the stomp. That's what it is. Forgetting the name of the ability. Rhino's fourth ability, that is. It's like ultimate ability. Just so we can get out more damage and deal with these guys a little bit quicker. But I think we're going to have to activate our health ability there again. Good old Iron Skin's going to have to save us. We're just not able to kill these guys fast enough. I don't think these sapping ospreys actually do that much damage to the core. I'm not positive on that though. Uh-oh. Well, would have preferred to have a little bit more stuff. We can use an energy pancake here. Not really a pancake anymore. They've changed the look of them, of course. I don't know if I've shown that off when it happens. But it did indeed happen. Some water. Fist. The energy already get used up. Might have. Nope. Still got a little bit left. Alright, let's ground stomp. Clear out these guys. Hopefully I won't have enough time to do any substantial damage here. Only got 2 waves left. Okay, so we got a sapping osprey over there. Got a couple more crewmen. And Moas. It's coming down to the wire here. I'd be half tempted to throw down a healing pancake to see if it would heal the objective, but I don't think it does. He's who's attacking there. And it's Moa. Okay, so the only enemy remaining is that sapping osprey, so we're going to let him live. We're going to avoid trying to kill him, so we can get a little bit more health back on our objective. Because he won't focus on the objective, he'll focus on us. God, I'm trying to snipe with the heck, and that's just a bad idea. Let's go away from there. He can still kind of see us, and he can still keep throwing the saps down, but he won't be able to get killed. We want to avoid Taxon killing him. I think he will fly after us after a time. Alright. So we got a good amount of health back. Man, it takes forever for that thing to regenerate, doesn't it? What can we talk about while we're just standing around waiting for this thing to regenerate? Maybe I should just speed this up. Well, Taxon killed it anyway. We got an okay amount of health back and a lot of shields back, so that'll have to do. Forgive me if I'm kind of cheesing it, but I know that this fight isn't easy, as I stated before. So we're gonna have to make do with what we can do. Use the body effectively to shield the objective. So it's effectively the best we got at this moment. Let's throw down a energy restore. We're gonna have to use actually probably a couple of them. Let's just go ahead. This way we can ensure that we're pumping as much energy out as possible. Use both of our abilities there. Hopefully we'll get another pulse and that'll give us enough for a quake. Yep. Rhino Stomp, of course. Kill everybody. Dealt with. Nullifier. Of course you gotta shoot their little thing or hit them quick enough to blow up their stupid bubble. Ow. I did not mean to Rhino charge there, but I did anyway. I am forgetting entirely how to switch weapons. My brain is not working right now. That is
The
Chroma.
operator comes first.
Ordis, free yourself of this.
So we need to synthesis scan Chroma there.
Shut your oscillator, Simaris.
And we can do that, but we also have to ensure that the objective is not destroyed.
You can release it from its control with the scanner.
Nope. But we need to not die first. These Corpus Techs, I don't know if I've had a chance to talk about them, but they're a real pain in the butt. So we want to pull out our synthesis scanner. And scan Chroma a good number of times. He's not actually that much of a threat, really. At least I don't think he is. He just kind of stands there, tries to avoid us. There we go.
Go now, Tenno. You have done well.
So I cheesed it a lot. Kind of had to, because defense kind of got a little bit hairy there. But that is how you can deal with it, even if you're not able to really kill those guys quick enough. It's very similar to...
Excellent work, Tenno. You've severed the control of Chroma. The hunt is over.
For now, these scans will be an incredible addition to Sanctuary. I will continue my search for the source of the voice and its domination. Return to me, and hunt again, Tenno. I will reward you.
More importantly, the operator is unharmed.
You disappoint me, SimarisxOrdis. I was offering a greater purpose. Healing. As steward, I would have restored your lost memories.
I am Ordis, SimarisxOrdis. I serve the operator. I make new memories.
And so Ordis makes new memories. Thankfully Ordis stuck with us, or we might not have known how to deal with that. Going forward from here, of course, there are a couple things that we unlocked thanks to that. What was I going to say beforehand? Oh, it was doing what I just did with the little drones there is very similar to Call of Duty Zombies, ironically.
Hunter,
Keep a
you have worked
crawler
hard.
alive.
Captured millions of imprints to be combined into ideal specimens for the Sanctuary. In light of your tireless contributions, I've decided to expand your role. Every day I perform preliminary synthesis to determine what creature will join the Sanctuary next. Do you want to see the Sanctuary grow as quickly as I do? Then join me in this task by visiting the Sanctuary. Conflict reveals nature, reveals truth. Within my Sanctuary, truth is immortal, but it lacks the conflict I require. My experiments have set my data immortals against each other countless times, but it is not enough. I need you. Challenge my specimens within the construct and enlighten me. I will reward you in kind. I await your presence in the relay, Hunter.
So, of course, Cephalon Simaris has to spam us about a bunch of different things, but that's neither here nor there. So we have unlocked, I believe it was here, yes, so we've unlocked the Chroma blueprint. And you can, of course, see the requirements for that. I don't remember where you get the actual parts, not off the top of my head. I think you get them as you unlock junctions, though I'm not positive of that. I'd have to look it up just to make sure, but I don't feel like doing that exactly right now. So we're going to head over to the relay in just a moment and talk to Simaris. I was thinking we'd have enough time for Limbo Theorem, but I don't think we're going to, at least not in this episode, just because of the extra stuff we're going to have to talk about here. Alright, so let's head over to, you know what, let's head over to the Strata Relay, because this relay looks different than other relays, of course, and I haven't shown it off, I don't think, so we can show it off a little bit. We'll actually run through it so you can kind of see some of the cool set pieces rather than just teleporting Simaris. As much as I would kind of like to, but that's okay. A split second to take in the majesty of this relay is just fine. Now, let's see, is it this one? No, is it this one? this one. So this is the strata relay. It's fiery, of course. Where is Simaris? There he is. So,
You will make an excellent
Crimines might be coming down with a sore throat.
Show me your dedication
So
to
of
the
course we can.
sanctuary.
These things that Simaris was talking of was we can of course continue to complete syntheses. We can run the synthesis simulation, which we've run in the past. We can also now attempt the Sanctuary Onslaught.
Hunter, my research needs you. Are you ready to endure the rigors of the sanctuary?
So the Sanctuary Onslaught works as sort of a time attack.
You seek rewards, Hunter? Years ago, an Austrian quill donated the blueprints for a powerful Warframe to the sanctuary. Shortly after, one of my drones synthesized a most unusual kavat. Upon review, it seemed as if the creature desired capture. Almost immediately, the feline specimen disappeared, and with it, the Warframe's blueprints. This is my sanctuary. I do not lose specimens, yet I lost these. I detect her presence from time to time, usually when there are Tenno nearby. You might never see her, but if she deems you worthy, she may leave something for you.
So he's of course referring to the Warframe that you're able to get from the Sanctuary Onslaught.
My research needs you.
The Sanctuary Onslaught event, as I stated, was a time attack event where it's very similar to survival. You must kill enemies to keep a timer from going down. The timer degrades as you go through levels and you progress through areas. Effectively, you get put into an arena by Simaris through a portal, and then when the arena is extinguished, another portal opens, you go through that, you continue into the next arena. We can show it off, at least the normal Sanctuary Onslaught. It's not extremely difficult. The rewards for it include a Warframe and Warframe Blueprint. Warframe parts and Warframe Blueprint in normal Sanctuary Onslaught for the Korra Warframe. And an Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, which is much more difficult. Note, I think the baseline for Elite Sanctuary Onslaught is level 80 enemies, so don't join that unless you're ready for it. But I believe the baseline for that is, I think it's Bratton Vandal and Lado Vandal, if I remember correctly. Not super difficult. So one thing we will want to do is we'll want to make sure we're solo, so we are solo.
Your dedication,
we'll go into
Hunter.
normal Sanctuary Onslaught just to show it off.
Is as insatiable as mine.
There is a leaderboard, of course, for Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. You can see it there. That's the amount of points that you get that a person got when they were doing the Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. Getting that level of points is quite difficult.
Everything you encounter, do not relent. The integrity of this experiment relies on your efficiency.
So I wish to welcome everyone to the Sanctuary. Sanctuary is a computer simulation where fucking Simaris is just God. So let's head through the portal and see this first arena. I do love the effects of teleporting in and around. So you can see up in the top left we have efficiency. Efficiency dictates our time limit effectively. The next conduit timer is when the arena will start to degrade and effectively break down. And then we will get another portal, which will go into the next effective area. So while in Sanctuary Onslaught, you can find these little efficiency boosters, or efficiency stimulus, which increase your efficiency count. Yeah, that's pretty much how this works. It's pretty much just a mission, as you'd expect. It's not easy. It is meant to be more of a later stuff that you do, but we're trying to show it off just to give a little bit of a glimpse into how it works. You can see that I get a score as I go through and kill enemies. It would be much better with far more efficient weapons and a group, of course. I just didn't want to kind of drag a group down by going in with a really terrible setup. so that's why I went in solo. If you do think you have a good setup for killing a lot of enemies, such as a survival mission, then definitely jump in with a group, that is. But yeah, that's pretty much how this works. I'm pretty much going to leave after this first set. I don't see any reason to continue afterwards, but I will try and get to the next conduit opening, just to show it off. I think we ought to be able to make it just fine. Our Heck is doing some work here. With a good group, of course, you can ensure that your efficiency never goes down, really. It does help to also collect those efficiency stimulus. There's one right now. We'll run in here. This area that we're in, actually, right here, is an area that you won't see until far later in the game. So seeing it early like this is kind of entertaining. It's definitely something we'll probably not see for quite some time. But yeah, the arenas, of course, are just areas that you can go to in the game. But they're just kind of small, closed off. Their doors don't go anywhere. Typically, most doors won't open unless they're just a part of the arena. So I'm getting a little bit of lag there just because the conduit was opening.
New data conduit. Proceed immediately.
The first zone is complete. So the conduit closes in about 30 seconds, not 30 minutes. When the conduit closes, you leave the mission if you have not gone through it.
Hurry, Hunter. The conduit is closing fast.
Simaris, of course, tries to run you through it, but that's okay. We're going to jump out and kind of end our little foray into Sanctuary Onslaught right there. We don't see any reason for us to continue. But yeah, that's just dipping your toes into Sanctuary Onslaught.
The Sanctuary will go on without you.
Now, of course, as you progress, you have a higher chance to get rewards. Currently, I don't think we got anything for that. That was kind of a big old waste, is what that was. But if you do progress, you will get rewards, such as Warframe parts and so on and so forth, mods and whatnot. I think you have to get a minimum of about I think it's like 4 or 5 zones, though I'm not positive, to actually start getting rewards. So yeah, it's definitely tough if you're not used to it. But that kind of closes out this episode. We'll definitely take a look at the Limbo Theorem next time. And until then, goodbye.